Hi friends, have you ever wondered what happens to the food that we eat? We all know that food gives us energy. But what is the mechanism behind this? Exactly, this is what we are going to discuss today. The food is made up of biomacromolecules like carbohydrate, protein and fat. But these biomacromolecules cannot provide energy in their original form. These, from their complex form, have to be broken down into simpler forms. And this breaking down is called digestion. Have you ever imagined what would happen if the food that you eat does not have a definite path to follow? The food would simply fall down, and hence an alimentary canal is needed which will provide the right route for the food. The alimentary canal starts at the anterior end, which is known as the mouth, and the posterior end of which is known as the anus. Well friends, in this video of ours, we will be discussing about the different contents of the oral cavity, which will include the teeth and the tongue. Have you ever tried to look at the mirror after opening your mouth? And what do you see? What you will see is a number of teeth and a muscular tongue. Let us first start discussing about the teeth in detail. Let us first categorize the teeth according to the way they are placed in the jawbone. The first of them is the thecodont dentition, which we will discuss. In the thecodont dentition, what we will see that the teeth are firmly placed in the jawbone, and this is exactly the dentition which we see in the human beings. The other type of teeth is the pleurodont dentition. Here, the teeth are placed and attached to one side of the jawbone on the lateral aspect. This is what we see in case of snakes. The other type of dentition which we will be talking about is the acrodont dentition. Now here, the teeth are very superficially placed on the jawbone, and this is what we see in case of fish, amphibians and reptiles. Now all of you remember your milk teeth falling off, right? This is the deciduous dentition, which is also called as the milk teeth. Now these milk teeth are later on replaced by the permanent teeth. So as you can see that in us, that is in the human beings, we have one set of deciduous dentition and the other set of the permanent dentition. And since we have these two sets of teeth, so we can say we have the diphyodont dentition. So we have 20 milk teeth and 32 permanent teeth. So friends, if you notice properly our teeth, what you will notice that the teeth are of different shapes, and this is exactly what we call as the heterodont dentition. The teeth which we have in us are the incisor, the canine, the premolar and the molar. Well, we all know about different mathematical formulas, but what about the human dentition formula? This sounds so interesting, isn't it? So let us see, first of all, the deciduous dentition formula. What the formula is 2102, where 2 stands for incisors, 1 for canine, there are no premolars and 2 molars. Then we will be talking about the permanent dentition formula, where we see 2, 1, 2, 3. 2 incisors, 1 canine, 2 premolar and 3 molars. Exactly. So now we know different types of teeth and some of their classification. Now if I ask you which is the hardest substance of the body, you will immediately come up with an answer that I know this, and it is the bone which is the hardest substance of the body. But my dear friends, this was absolutely wrong, because bone is not the hardest substance of the body. It is the enamel which is the hardest substance. And why? Because it is made up of 96% minerals, calcium and magnesium salts. The enamel is that portion of the teeth which covers the crown of every individual tooth. Now let us talk about the tooth structure in a little detail. That portion of the tooth which is exposed in the oral cavity is called as the crown, and that portion which is embedded in the jawbone is called as the root. The portion of the tooth which is exposed in the oral cavity, that is the crown, is covered by an outermost layer which is called as the enamel. Below the enamel, we see the next layer which is the dentine. The dentine is slightly yellowish in color. Let us come to the root part. In the root part, what we see that the outermost layer is the cementum, and beneath the cementum what we see is again the dentine. So now we will talk about the innermost core portion of the tooth. The core portion of the tooth consists of the pulp chamber. In the pulp chamber, what we will see are the nerve fibers and the blood vessels. Let us talk about another important component of the oral cavity, which is the tongue. The tongue performs many important functions, like it helps in speech and perception of taste. Now what if I ask you to protrude your tongue? You will be surprised. But my dear friends, do that and what will you see? You will notice that the tongue has two surfaces. One the upper surface and the other one is the lower surface. The upper surface is called as the dorsal surface and the lower surface is called as the ventral surface. The upper surface, that is the dorsal surface, can be further divided into two components. The anterior 2/3 part, which is called as the oral part, and the posterior 1/3 part, which is called as the pharyngeal part. So we have all talked about the simple anatomy of the tongue, but we haven't yet discussed how the tongue helps us in the perception of taste. Because we all love food, isn't it? So we should know how the tongue performs this very important function of helping us in perception of taste. Well, you might already know that our tongue comprises of many taste receptors, which are also called as the papillae. Now, these papillae are located on the dorsal surface of the tongue. In fact, they are distributed at certain locations more on the dorsal surface of the tongue. There are a number of these taste receptors, that is the papillae, which we will be discussing right now. Let us first start talking about the circumvallate papillae. These circumvallate papillae, these are 8 to 10 in number. Sometimes they may vary from 8 to 12. These are located at the junction of the oral and the pharyngeal surface, and they are located in a V-shaped manner. The next receptor is the fungiform papillae. Now, as the word fungiform says, fungi, which means mushroom. So these are mushroom shaped, and these fungiform papillae are more situated on the lateral borders of the tongue. The next one is the filiform papillae. The filiform papillae are more present on the dorsal surface of the tongue towards the middle 1/3 surface. Now let us see which among these papillae have taste buds. The circumvallate papillae, they have the taste buds. The fungiform papillae, they have the taste buds. The filiform papillae do not have taste buds. One more papillae is there, which is called as the foliate papillae, and this papillae is absent in the human beings. So friends, now we have a good idea about the teeth and the tongue, which are important aspects of the oral cavity. With this, we come to the end of this session, but before that, let us summarize the important points. Digestion is a process where complex food molecules are broken down into simpler forms. The oral cavity mainly consists of the tongue and the teeth. The teeth can be classified based on its relationship to the jawbone into three important types. Thecodont dentition, in which the teeth are firmly placed in the jawbone as we see in humans. The pleurodont dentition, in which the teeth are firmly attached on one lateral aspect of the jawbone. The acrodont dentition, in which the teeth are superficially attached to the jawbone. The part of the tooth which is exposed in the oral cavity is called the crown, and the part embedded in the bone is called as the root. The crown outermost layer is called the enamel, which is the hardest substance of the body and is 96% mineralized. Beneath the enamel, is the dentine. In the root region, the outermost layer is called the cementum, and beneath the cementum is the dentine. The innermost core of the tooth is called the pulp chamber, which consists of the blood vessels and the nerve fibers. The tongue is a muscular mobile organ whose upper surface is called the dorsal surface and the lower surface is called the ventral surface. The dorsal surface of the tongue is further divided into an anterior 2/3 oral surface and the posterior 1/3 called the pharyngeal surface. A number of taste receptors called papillae are present on the dorsal surface of the tongue. Circumvallate papillae are 8 to 12 in number and are present at the junction of the oral and the pharyngeal surface, and these have taste buds. The fungiform papillae are mushroom shaped, and these are present on the lateral aspect of the tongue, and these have taste buds. The filiform papillae are present on the mid 1/3 of the dorsal surface of the tongue, and these do not have taste buds. The foliate papillae is absent in the human beings.